Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. The XRP lawsuit. The SEC course of action will have this effect. Now, we have to talk about this. This is a very, very, very big, important topic. Why the SEC is about to settle. What's in it for the SEC to settle? We're kicking off straight away with a major point that I want to make today. There are two parties here. There's the SEC and what they want, and there's Ripple Labs, what they need. They need legal clarity. SEC wants to stomp their ground. However, there is a major thing that will help Ripple in getting the settlement. Now, if the judge finds that XRP is not a security, that the SEC did not give fair and adequate notice to the market, if they actually get a ruling and win, that's going to stop Gensler's jurisdictional approach to crypto, because at this point in time, really, the SEC would only have jurisdiction over a pure ICO type of offering. This is where it gets really fascinating here. Now, the critical thing here is this, and this is what we have to understand. It is quite possible that the SEC settles with Ripple, so they can still potentially go after other cryptos. This is the biggest and the most important reason for them to settle. Nothing else matters. Now, the average SEC case goes for approximately 340 days on average. We are approaching that in December. Now, the biggest fear is the SEC dismissing the case because they fear a loss, and then it's like the last year didn't happen, which means that there is no legal clarity. It's just a case dismissed, and Ripple won't let that happen. That's where the two parties, there's interest, right? I mean, if the SEC feels that they can go for the win, they would have tried to go for the win, right? But they keep delaying, and the only reason you delay is because you don't have enough strong hands, so you're trying to, get as much time as you can. From a Ripple point of view, it's gone so far that you may as well go the extra mile. I mean, if you've gone a year, almost, in December 23rd will be a year, then you may as well go the extra mile and get yourself the legal clarity that you want. But I think ultimately the SEC will decide a settlement, as it is, from a risk factor, the best one. But what do you think, right? I'm very curious to know about the community. How do you see this play out? Do you see a settlement? Do you see it go to March? Do you see it go to June next year? What are your thoughts, right? Because I want to see what you guys think out there, right? The community. Now, the XRP price analysis, we'll go into that, right? The XRP rejected at $1.20, but still very bullish, and we will definitely be speaking about that a lot. Now, I saw in the comments yesterday when we dipped a little bit under $1.15 that, you guys started to worry about it. Now, what's really important about these charts is that not when it dips a little bit under, but where it sits at the end of the day, at the end of the daily candle, not throughout the day. So during a daily candle, the price could even go, say, to 98 cents for all I care. But as long as the day finishes above $1.15, you're good. So I just wanted to clarify that, because sometimes, you guys get worried that, we were below, but we finished above. And as you're sitting right now, we're sitting at $1.17. So be mindful of that. It's not where you start the daily candle, it's where you finish the daily candle. And also look at the entire market. So when the entire market takes a dip, of course XRP is part of that market. So if the whole market dips 10% tomorrow, yeah, XRP is going to dip 10% as well. So if it were to go to $1.01, then there's a reason for it, right? Because everyone else has. But if XRP is the only one that drops 10% while everyone else is fine, then you've broken down the pattern. So just be mindful of these little details, but I can appreciate that it can be confusing as well. So if the whole market dips 10%, that's fine. If XRP is the only one that dips 10% and dips below $1.15 and finishes the daily candle below $1.15, then we have a problem. Just want to make sure you guys understand. Now, trillions of dollars. Bitcoin braced for a massive earthquake as the price of Ethereum, Binance, BNB, Solana, Cardano, and XRP soar. The new ETFs are going to be coming. The new ETFs are going to be arriving, right? And so the Bitcoin price has climbed, of course, from 45 to about 67, and in part due to the launch of the first US Bitcoin futures exchange traded NFTs. Bitcoin has recently dropped back despite a huge price rise, but more ETFs are coming. And those ETFs are really going to kick off a monster cycle. Now, one of them is only due towards middle to end of December, and we'll talk about that more, but there is a lot of money about to come into crypto. Now, Australia is bracing themselves for potentially a digital Australia dollar and can stop crypto rally turning ugly. So a senior National Australian Bank executive has called out on the government and the Reserve Bank to create a digital version of the Australian cash. I will keep you guys updated on that and what kind of technologies they might be using. Now, when we look at this is on the monthly chart. From a monthly chart perspective, look at that line, look at the red line, and look how many times we have back tested that. Right? It's broken. It's broken for a bullish cycle. Patience, because it is coming. And this is the monster that we're about to experience. It's not going to go straight vertical, but this is now the next cycle, the next phase of the XRP run. Let's jump into Etani. Let's have a look at some indicators. Now, as we begin to look at the charts, and we're looking in particular right now on the daily, we're sitting at 1.83% up, 1.4% up, or 1.84% up, and we're sitting at $1.1697 at the time of making this. We were at $1.17 just a few moments ago. But when we look at the MACD on the daily, it is sitting on bullish. When we look at the hourly and the way that it's been going, like we were almost outside the Bollinger Band for a little bit, but then we've come back in very, very quickly. When I step into the 4 hour, we can see that it's still bearish, but it is starting to come back. Now, 125 is really what we're looking for, and consolidating above 125 to confirm the next wave towards 150. And when I look at the 12 hour was looking like it was about to head towards bearish, but then it's bounced off. RSI sitting middle-ish, but daily on the RSI, we're sitting almost into the overbought, but not quite, right? We still got quite a bit of room there. Very bullish from a MACD perspective. You can see the RSI when we were sitting at 121, it was outside of the Bollinger Band, and now it's inside the Bollinger Band towards the bigger half of towards the top end of the Bollinger Band. But at $1.17, we're really looking for that 125, right? Consolidating above to 125 will get us to that next phase of pushing and going towards 150. Then from 150, we will head towards 178, and then from there, we start to move up the ladder. But right now, we are in this new window, which is a window above $1.15. We've had the confirmation above $1.15. We're now waiting for the next leg up. But it is coming. But like anything, it's always about patience. Let's move on to the charts. As we begin to look at the charts, we're looking in particular at how we're going to be moving towards 180 and then break above $1.80 and go towards 220. And you can see that we have broken, we have consolidated above. We now need to go to 125, go above 125, and even, like 131 really. We'll probably touch down a little bit again, then go towards 168. That there will be some major resistance there. Once we break above that, we'll shoot for $2 to $2.20. And remember, the momentum will kick in really hard at that point. As we fast forward and look at it from a different scale, on this particular chart, the way we're looking at it, we're looking at how do we move towards that 460, area, and what does that look like? It could even touch 550 depending on FOMO at the time, but I think 460 will probably be the most likely scenario. The pullback has happened, right? So we've had the pullback. We're now ready to move forward, and it does taste our patience. It does push our buttons, from a patience point of view. But the pullback is here, and now we're ready to shoot off. So $177, $2.11, $2.54, $2.80 will be a major resistance, and then we will push forward to $3.30 consolidate a little bit, and then go up and above and keep rising and keep moving forward. But from all angles, it's looking really, 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 really solid. I know that you guys are excited. I am excited too, believe me, because as I showed you in this yesterday, that $16, from a charts point of view, as we look forward, it's looking really, really good. And I can't wait, right, to get to double digits, and you're going to have all these haters go, wow, where did that come from? We knew this was coming from a technical point of view for a long time. Again, just remember the resistance points, just remember the key pullbacks, and overall, we know what we hold. And that's the most exciting thing, that you and I know what we hold. I hope you had a great week. I hope you have an even better week next week. And I cannot wait to be with you every single step of the way. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you. And I look forward to see you on the next one.